This is my protest for banning higher fire rates on weapons by Marcelo Castillo. Automatic assault weapons. Okay, so automatic assault weapons were banned in Congress in 1994, but on September 13th, 2004, those prohibitions have expired. That means that Congress realized that assault weapons are an unnecessary risk to have in civilian life and banned them, but those bans have expired. Why would you need a weapon that can fire so many bullets in such a short amount of time? It makes no sense. Having the gun creates an unnecessary hazard for you and everyone around you. In what situation would you need an automatic weapon? If the goal is for protection, a semi-auto gun would do the job just fine. Whoops. A semi-auto gun releases one bullet each time you pull the trigger, whereas an automatic gun releases an undefined number of bullets while holding the trigger. That means using an auto assault weapon can easily mow down a family or your friends in a matter of moments with little effort. Does this risk seem worth it to you? You may think, but there's background checks to prevent people like that from getting guns, right? There are checks in place to keep people from getting guns like that, yes. But those are people who buy guns from an FFL or someone with a federal firearms license, and they are required to have a background check. Although the severity of those background checks are kind of iffy, it varies from state to state. Some states only have to use like NICs, which are basically like a national criminal database system for everybody to use, everybody who has an FFL at least, and some people have to use that in combination with state information and stuff, but that's based on the specific state and laws. To sell guns for profit, and that's only used if you have to sell guns for profit. So, like, say you had a man who wanted to make a living out of this, he would need an FFL, and he would need to make data checks and background checks and check if you're appropriate. That would be based on, and if it's iffy and you can't really define, he has to take 3 days off before he makes a decision, and then it's based on him, on the seller. And when someone buys a gun, to make sure they run and they have to do appropriate checks. But there's a simple way to bypass this. Just sell the gun at a gun show. Easy. According to ATF, Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, there is a law that says anyone can sell a gun without an FFL from their home, at a flea market, or at a gun show, as long as he or she is not conducting the sale as part of regular business activity. That means as long as you don't sell the gun as part of your job, you're free and clear from needing a license and from having to do any kind of background checks. Like, bruh! For example, say we had a man called Timmy. Timmy had a gun collection. He got it from a licensed vendor, and Timmy had background checks done and such. And who was? Basically, he's good. He's got his stuff together. But Timmy's at a gun convention, and old man McCarthy comes up here and is like, "Hey, bro, can I buy that AR-15 off you?" And Timmy, being a kind person, is like, "Sure, bro, you're probably a good guy," and goes and sells it to him. And you're like, "He's got protection. I got some extra cash. All's well that ends well." Well, guess what, Timmy? That is a convicted felon. He served 25 years for murder, Timmy. Now what are you going to do, Timmy, huh? Nothing. This is why we need a protest. There are reasons why this law is here. But if automatic firearms are allowed to be in this country, then they can be abused and sold easily and unchecked. This is a major issue in America, so rally with me against this perilous weapon of destruction. Let's stop the use of automatic weapons in our streets. Let's stop it together, for our family and friends. We'll protest in the streets until this ban gets put through.